everyone, today's video is going to be all of the products that I've hit pan on. I do these every single season, so today is officially the first day of fall, so I'm going to do this video today. I hope you enjoy it. Some of these items are brand new. I hit pan on them within the last season. Some items that I had last season are not in this season because either I've used them up or I've decluttered them, one of the two things. So yeah, let's just get into it. I'm excited. So I'll start with concealers, or like face products. I only have two concealers. First is the Physicians Formula Concealer 101 in this green shade. You can see I have a lot of pan on it. I use it all the time. Still haven't used it up, obviously, as you can tell. I have a dip in this one. This one's kind of dry. I don't love like the peachy tone, but the green is quite nice. So this one has been in there for a while, but we're working on it. And I did have it. I used it today. I tried to use a lot of these items today. Next, we have my Measurable Difference Concealer Collection Palette. And I've had pan on this ivory shade for quite a while. And you can see that's pretty significant pan, but recently I've also hit pan on this shade Milk Chocolate. So that's a pretty, whoa, I'm sorry, it's like overexposed. There you go. That's pretty significant pan. So I use the Milk Chocolate as a cream contour. I did not use it today. I didn't use it today, but I used those. I'm actually panning the Milk Chocolate shade currently, and I did use ivory as well, and I feel like it looks pretty good, especially for like a cream concealer. Sorry, I've got some like black, but I feel like it looks pretty good, so I like that. Next, we'll go to cheek products, and I have quite a few. I've got 3 new ones, so I guess I'll start with the new guys. First is the blush I have on today. I do have pan on a blush. It's a cream blush, and it is the NYX Rouge Cream Blush in the shade Natural. Now, I don't have any powder blush on over it, and I feel like it looks really good. I do like it. Kanga's scratching on the door if y'all can hear that. But look, I've got pan right in the center there. There are 3.5 grams of product in here. So that's pretty exciting. I'm glad to have pan on a blush. I also have pan on a powder highlighter, and that is the Pixi Beauty Blush Duo by Pixi by Petra Beauty Blush Duo in Rose Gold. I'm currently panning this gold shade, and like I said, I've got some pan. I feel like besides the pan, I also have like a lot of use around the edges. Like I've got, like it's relatively flat as well. So that means hopefully I'll finish it soon. It also is breaking. So it broke there. You can see it's about to break there, but this was actually from usage. So I'm excited. Hopefully I can use up a highlighter relatively soon, which will be really exciting. And it is the oh no, that's not the highlighter I have on today. Sorry guys. Then I have the Galactic Beauty Chic Shine and Star Silver. And I've got just the teeny weeniest bit of pan. This is like a white cream highlight. I really like it. It doesn't blend the nicest. I really have to blend it with a beauty blender, but it's good, and I've got pan on it. So now, items that I already had pan on. The Soormay Bio Natural Blush and Bronzer Duo. I will say it's probably grown a little bit. I have this bronzer on today. I like it. It's a little warm tone for me, but it's not terrible. And again, besides like having pan, I feel like the pan, like the surrounding pan is pretty flat. Like it's not just like I dug in and got pan. So I like that. That's my preferred method of having pan, is to like have use out of everything and just have happened to hit pan on it. I also have pan on the Super Chic, the ColourPop Super Shock Cheek Pearlized in the shade Hippo. And you can see I have pan. Now this pan is from usage, but it's also kind of chunky. Sometimes when I'll use it, like chunks just fall out. I do really like it though. It's very nice. So pan on a highlighter. And though it's kind of like that weird consistency, I usually use it like over a cream or like as a powder highlight. The highlighter I have on today is the Over Cosmetics Rodeo Drive Highlighter. It's very blinding. I usually don't do a super blinding highlight, but I do like it. I feel like it blends into the skin pretty nicely. It doesn't look too stripy. This, I have so much pan on because it broke. I did not make all of that progress, but obviously I can still get quite a bit of usage. I know there's just like stuff around the edges, but it's a lot of use, so I keep it. And last but not least, I have the MAC Nutcracker Sweet Peach Face Compact. I have pan in the top shade Tutu, again because it broke. Which is really disappointing. This is one of my favorite highlighters. This blush is one of my favorite blushes. I love this duo. So yeah, I have pan in the top, and I'm pretty close to hitting pan on At Dusk, though I haven't quite hit it yet. So those are my cheek products that I have pan on. And last but not least, we're gonna go into eyeshadows. I've got quite a bit of new pan. So I'm going to start with the cream items. I've got 2 cream shadows that I've had pan in for quite a while. First we have, they're both Maybelline Color Tattoos. One is in the shade Inked in Pink, which I used today. You can see the pan at the very bottom. And the walls are not super thin, they're kind of thin. Hold on, let me close that one. And the second one is the same Maybelline Color Tattoo in Bold Gold. These walls are really thin. I've actually had a bunch of pan and had to mix it up. So this is really thin, and this was probably will be used up first. Though I do really like the sticks, like the stick format better than the potted. I probably wouldn't necessarily buy potted again, but I like them a lot. I know that people loved them for a while and kind of got over them. I haven't necessarily gotten over them yet. I've got one single shadow with pan in it, and it is the ColourPop Super Shock in the shade Slave to Pink. It does have like a little, kind of like a nipple, like a little sticky outy part of pan in the middle, and then the rest of the pan is like deeper. And you can kind of scoot these around and use pan, though hopefully you can tell I did try to use like the entire surface of it, like really get use out of it and not just scoot it around to like show pan, if that makes sense. Okay, then we'll go into the eyeshadow palettes. The Anastasia Beverly Hills Maya Mia palette. I have pan in the shade Deep Brown. Oh, the Slave to Pink, as you may have guessed, is what's on my lid today. For Deep Brown, I really like it. It's what I use it for my eyebrows most days, and I feel like it looks really good in my brows. So I've got some good pan. The pan around it is relatively like worn down, though it is still high on the edges. So I've been working on that for quite a while. But there's pan. Next we have the Urban Decay Vice palette. I did use this today in my crease. That orange, if you can see it, is the shade of Flame. I love the shade Flame. It's a great palette. I did a video of what I want my, like which palette I'm going to use for my 2019 Pan That palette, and I'm considering this palette. But this shade, it's really great, but it is really glittery and flaky. So I will say that like it goes by pretty quickly, but I love it. Next, we have another Urban Decay, another option that I'm thinking for my 2019 Pan That palette. Urban Decay Alice Through the Looking Glass, the shade Hatter. Right there, there's just a little bit of pan. It's not a ton, I can admit that, but still some pan. Really like this palette a lot. Nothing else has like significant dips. You will probably see that with the products that I do have pan in. I have pan in those items, but the entire palette doesn't necessarily look super used, with the one exception, which I'm sure you'll be able to guess it. Then I have the Balm Jovi palette, and I have pan in the shade Adagio, which I use as a matte brow bone highlight today. I really like it. I recently had the Stroke as my weekly product pan. I'll link that video below in case you're interested, or that whole playlist if you want to see some weekly product pans, because I know the shade Deadbeat, excuse me, was one as well. And maybe C-Note. So I've actually gotten 2 weekly product pans out of my Vice 4. But Adagio has some pan. This again is kind of one of those dug-in pans. The sides are pretty high up. My Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. I have pan in the shade Skulls right here. Oh, you can't see that because it is white. But there you go, there's some pan. I use this today as my inner corner highlight. I like a really bright inner corner highlight, and this one is relatively bright, I would say. But yeah, there's that pan. And last but not least, the one that the entire palette looks pretty well used is my Pan That palette for 2018. So if you don't know, I'm going to keep working on it, but my goal is probably really more to hit pan on all 16 shades of the Lorac Beauty and the Beast palette this year, and then next year it's going to be more to use them up. But I have pan in 11 out of the 16. So I have pan in the shade Dream It, Timekeeper, Beast Mode, Enchanting, Swept Up, which is what I used as my liner today, My Castle, Chip In, Spellbreaker, which is what this deep brown in the outer V is, Inner Beauty, which I used as a transition today on the upper and lower lash line, Tea Time, TikTok, and Real You. So 11 out of the 16 shades does have pan. Or is it 11? 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, because I just hit pan on My Castle. So 12 4 without the 4 mattes, as you can see these 4 mattes right here. But a lot of pan on here. This entire palette has gotten a lot of use, and that makes me happy. So there you go. Those are all of the items I have pan in. Like I said, some of them are new this month, or this season, which is always exciting. I like to have new things that I've hit pan on. A lot of those eyeshadows I know are new. And some of them are, you know, I have hit pan on them a while ago, but I'm still getting through them. Just because you've hit pan on something does not mean that you're close to using it up, unfortunately. But yes, y'all know I like to project pan, and I like to get use out of my makeup. And it does help me a lot personally not buy things. I have bought things occasionally, obviously. I'm not saying I don't ever buy makeup, but it does help me to not buy as much as I normally would. So I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you have any questions, requests, suggestions, comments, go ahead and leave those down below. And I'll just see y'all real soon. Bye.